Welcome everyone, I'm Dr. The Wife, and on today's 10-minute mission, we review Mission Pro Wrestling's final show of 2021, Silver Bells. We find ourselves at the Boys and Girls Club in San Antonio, enjoying the festivities and contributing to the San Antonio Salvation Army. Let's get started. Nadia Hunter announces the first match, a four-way, Johnny Rocket versus Jesse James versus Chip Garrison versus Casey Black Rose. All these students are of the hybrid school of wrestling who pretty much got the match on the way quickly. The action in and out of the ring was high-flying and exciting, starting with Johnny Rocket, who made the audience aware of his talent as he barrels through his opponents. Chip and Casey appear to be working together for a while as they beat down Johnny and Jesse James. Casey, not too interested in having Chip attempting any pins, began to turn the tide and unleash his fury on Chip and the rest of his opponents. Jesse James got back into the match as he executed a great armbar, threatening a pin against Chip before Black Rose broke it up. Rocket busts in with screaming elbow throws, a DDT that dazed his opponents. But despite all the high-flying action, speedy recoveries, and over-the-rope moves, Casey's experience got the best of all of them. Casey, catching Rocket mid-move, throws him over the shoulder and puts a neck breaker on Rocket, snatching the win and setting the tone for an exciting night. The Swamp Bully, Joey Gonzo, comes in ready to rip through his opponent, La Bougicana Ricochet Chanel. He showed his disapproval immediately as the audience gave their cheers to Ricochet Chanel. Fan favorite Ricochet dances her way to the ring and promotes her Secure the Bag tour. The fans immediately call for a makeover, and Ricochet Chanel obliged as she assessed how much work she had to do to Joey Gonzo's hair. Not impressed, he aggressively threw Ricochet's hand away from him. Pissed off, she went after him, throwing punches and front kicks while dodging some of his blows. Gonzo escaped just before her bougie kick between the ropes. Brief attempts to keep control by Gonzo don't last. Chanel capitalizes on positioning him for a quick detangle. A missed boot attempt by Ricochet allows Gonzo to get the upper hand and torturing her with a torture rack. Gonzo continues to rip through Ricochet with kicks to the chest, arm bars, and just dragging her around the ring like a rag doll. The fans continue to motivate her, chanting her to shake it off. She makes a comeback with her signature quick shots, fashionista kicks, and top rope crossbody, taking the Swamp Bully Deagle down a few pegs, as well as taking him down to the mat. The bag is secure and ready for a makeover to another victim. Kai Vibes and the Flamingo King, Brandon Weiss, arrive ready to fight against David Kidd and Ms. Michelle. Kai and Michelle are ready to settle their old score, both sizing each other up. Ms. Michelle is off to a strong start against Kai, hitting great maneuvers, including a sunset flip. Flamingo gets his time in against Michelle and her partner, David Kidd. Kidd also starting off strong, but those long legs of the Flamingo keep Kidd pinned to the ring post. The Kidd and Michelle team keeping control of the match, while Kai and Vice finding clever ways to use their tag team effectively with hair pulls to keep Michelle open for Vibes to get in a strong shot to Michelle. Not allowing to be kept down, Michelle and Kidd dig deep for power to wear down the Flamingo Vibes team. Sidewalk slam by Ms. Michelle gets stopped short by a flying scrunchie, keeping her distracted long enough for Kai Vibes to send a boot to her stomach. Ms. Michelle shakes it off, scoops up Kai Vibes, and slams her down to get her pin. The Kidd Michelle team walks away victorious, thanking Santa and taunting the Grinch on their way out. And now, the MPW #1 Contender Scramble. La Rosa Negra versus Ashley Diambois versus Jasmine Allure versus Genocide versus Kayla Sparks versus Nikita Knight versus Sadie Lee Moss. Top tier Jasmine Allure is the first to grace the ring with her presence, followed by Bad Mama Jamma, Mother of Wrestling, Sadie Lee Moss, as she shares her Christmas cookies. The first pair of wrestlers go after each other, with Jasmine breaking the cookie plate across Moss's back. Jasmine took her frustrations out on Moss, quickly getting her into positions to torture her. Moss continued to struggle during Jasmine's brutal assault. Then Nikita Knight makes her debut. Unlucky Moss taking a beating from both wrestlers as they mirror each other's moves against Sadie. While the two continue beating on Moss, La Rosa Negra rushes the ring and throws them both off of Moss. A brief alliance with Moss allows La Rosa Negra to keep control of the match, but a double cross by Moss unleashes the Thorns. La Abusadora verbally wrestles Moss down to the mat as Kayla Sparks begins her assault off the top rope, taking down Sadie and La Rosa Negra at the same time. Kayla's energy spills over and takes down Nikita and Jasmine, while D'Amboise joins the chaos, piling wrestlers up and throwing spears, boots, and top rope crossbars onto the whole group. The silver bell of the ball arrives and sets her crosshairs on everyone. As she enters the ring, Genocide quickly makes work of all of her opponents. The Bionic Beast gets 3 eliminations in at the same time with a double body slam. But Nikita Knight comes in and puts a dent on Genocide as La Rosa Negra and Jasmine take advantage of this opportunity, and the 3 women make quick work of Genocide, pinning her down and eliminating the Bionic Beast. Revenge has now been programmed for the future. The last 3 women standing go after each other, with La Abusadora taking control, but a double suplex from the corner by Nikita takes down 2 of her opponents. Jasmine muscles Nikita down and gets a suspicious pin, starting round 2 of her fight against La Rosa Negra. Both furiously begin beating on each other, exchanging pin after pin attempts, following some impressive flips and hits. La Abusadora kills Jasmine's bid for her chance against Holodead after wearing down Jasmine Allure and finally executing a Thorn Splash, removing Jasmine from the top contender seat and now installing La Rosa Negra for the opportunity to wrestle Holodead in the future. Blonde Force Trauma, Heather Monroe, and Ray Lynn arrive ready to go up against tag team champs dripping with gold, the Renegade Twins. Match begins right away with both legal ladies grappling each other. BFT with effective exchanges keep each other from getting tired. That doesn't stop the Renegade Twins though, as they also get their tag-ins. Raylene gets a big drop kick and double knees to her opponents. Heather's return shows us all her fury as she beats the twins into both corners. The twins' superior force, teamwork, and strategery allows them to use Trauma's moves against them to secure the pin and the win, defending their Mission Pro titles for another day. The Queen of Reality, Maddie Rankowski, returns to the MPW ring against the Ice Queen, Lady Frost. Maddie's control of the match was clear from all the submission moves against Lady Frost. Lady Frost comes back with frosted boots to Maddie's back. Maddie works hard to keep Lady Frost away from having any room to execute her flips and high-flying moves. But a roundhouse and a frosty cannonball has Maddie seeing stars, or is that snowflakes? Maddie quickly shakes off the ice and pummels Lady Frost, locking her in for a submission finish and a win. And a Taco Bell delivery, folks, via JP Harlow and Mighty Myra as they prepare to beat down Anakin and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa starts off the match with face mushes and nasty chops to Myra's chest. Thunder grapples Myra to the ground and keeps her close to the center, away from her partner, the prankster. Upon the Jester and Anakin's arrival, though, JP Harlow tortures Anakin as he mocked and taunted Thunder Rosa while she was stuck on her corner of the ring. Anakin comes back and shows JP how deep in his blood the brutal Rosa chest chops are, as he delivers devastating double chops alongside his mother to their opponents. The Rosas continue their assault as the strength leaves JP and Mighty Myra to finally drop Myra on her head and pinning her for the win. Following the match, Anakin took his baptismal beating from the Mission Pro roster as each one of them gave massive body blows, including Thunder Rosa. The champ is here as Holodead comes in ready for a bangin' banger against Black Widow. Holodead not one to hold back. She brings on the pain of her lethal thighs full force with multiple guillotine drops and a nasty power walk on top of Black Widow. Black Widow comes back with boots to Holodead and a nasty stinger and drop kick that puts the champ on her back. Widow takes advantage of all of this and starts to wear down Holodead between high-flying moves and a submission to the mat. However, Black Widow, as she preps the corner by removing one of the pads, seals her own fate as the dead arise and gave Black Widow a beating that ended with Darkness Falls, a pin and a win. Holiday defending her championship title and belt, sealing the reign of darkness into the future. And now for the doctor's notes. Folks, this was an excellent end to a wonderful wrestling year as we watched these wrestlers grow and prosper throughout their time with Mission Pro Wrestling. The fans also got involved as they contributed to the Boys and Girls Club Salvation Army of San Antonio. Take some time to head on over to TitleMatchNetwork.com and re-watch this show and many others on their catalog. It is the wrestling promotion to definitely watch. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Mission Pro Wrestling on their socials and buy tickets to their shows on missionprowrestling.net. Check out your favorite wrestlers on all their social pages and get your hands on their merch. Or come to the show and check them out in person. The next show, Crazy Train, has been announced for January 29th, 2022. I'll hopefully see you there. Like, subscribe, and share Face for Wrestling on all our socials, including the YouTubes, for more Mission Pro Wrestling 10-Minute Mission and Stardom reviews. This is Dr. The Wife. See you next time on the 10-Minute Mission.